Hey guys, Bailey here from Car Club, and as you guys might remember, I was doing Car of the Week for a little bit last year, and I've decided to extend it to Car of the Month now. Going to be doing more, I guess you could say, intensive features on cars with videos, interviews, photo shoots, and the stories online. So if you want to check out the full story, that'll be on the website. This month for March, we've got Justin's R32 Skyline. This is Justin.
Hey,
And this is his Skyline. So
that's the one.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, I'm Justin, 29 next week. And yeah, this is my R32 Skyline GTST.
So when did you get the car?
I've had the car probably nearly 10 years, I think coming up on 10 years now. So it's been through a lot. Yeah, definitely nothing like what it looks like now when I bought it.
Yeah.
So it's been quite the journey.
Yeah. So when you first got the car, run us through the process. What you're looking for at the time. Take us back 10 years to Justin back then when he was looking at this car. Run us through it.
All right. Well, I think I was 18 or 19 at the time. So, and all my friends were all into the same cars. Like we all had old, JDM, whether it was Nissans or Toyotas or something like that. So yeah, I just kind of, my first car was a Subaru Forester.
Yep.
And coming from that, I just kind of wanted something a bit more fun, something rear-wheel drive that I could mess around with and
skid a little.
That's exactly how this came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So you had all your friends then. You landed on this. What was it like? You said you wanted something to have a bit of fun in. I'm assuming it wasn't quite up to scratch. It was.
No. I mean, it was a completely different car to what it is now. So when I bought it, it was green. It was that like S14 forest green color. It had real bad body kit on it. It had fake wheels. It had the interior was a mess as well. Like it was just it was a good car to start with, but it needed a lot of work, especially to get it to where I wanted it to be. So yeah, that's where it started. And as soon as I bought it, I kind of had the idea that I'd paint it. So I ditched the kit that was on it and changed the kit up. Got rear over fenders for it, new wing and side skirts and front bar and all of that. It was all all fiberglass. I had to prep all that, and then ended up painting it in the driveway with my friends in like a makeshift booth that we built.
A little DIY.
Yeah, a little DIY thing, and it came out pretty good for the what we had at the time.
Yeah. Was this your first time painting anything?
I'd never painted anything. None of my friends had, so we were all just kind of figuring it out as we went.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good fun, and it's those kind of memories that I really enjoy about the car, like just mucking around with it in that kind of way. So yeah.
So would you call that sort of like stage one or something?
I guess,
like the first phase?
That would be probably stage one.
Almost like, the P-plater phase. You're doing little things, trying things out for yourself, you're learning.
Learning the car and just having fun with it, doing stupid mods that no one would ever do now.
Yeah. But then as you got older, got a bit more taste and
I guess so. Well, I guess your taste just changes over time.
Yeah.
So like what I liked then, I didn't like, 5 years after that, and then now it's completely different again. So I think the next step for the car, I decided I didn't like the black anymore, so I wanted to wrap it. I wrapped it like a chrome bronze color. Right. And I thought that was a great idea at the time until I started doing it. So I did it myself as well.
Yeah.
And I got like halfway through doing the car, and there was a few panels that were just way too hard to do. Like the front bar was impossible to wrap. And I had this cheap, shitty Chinese wrap, which made it so much worse. So I got like halfway through wrapping it, and I was like, nah, fuck this, I got to take it off. So I started peeling the wrap off, and it peeled off like half of the paint as well. And at that point, the car was a mess.
Yeah.
Like it was so many different colors. It was half primer, half wrap. It had glue all over it from the wrap. It was just, a bit fucked.
Yeah.
And from there, I think, so after I'd wrapped it, decided to take it all off, I think that was like the final, well, not the final stage, but that's
it was almost the pivoting point.
Yeah.
That's what led you to be like, all right, let's do this properly. Let's make something nice.
Yeah, exactly.
You're sort of like, no more messing around.
It was like,
let's do something
that
good.
was, I probably had the car for like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
From there. And they were like getting more expensive by that point. And
So when you got it,
Yeah.
you know, prices obviously would have been a lot different.
Yeah.
10 years ago versus now.
Definitely.
How much? Roughly.
I think I paid 4.5 for it at the time, which is good for what it was. Like,
Yeah.
he definitely painted it as a better car than it was as well. So,
Okay.
but 4.5 grand for an R32,
Look, you can't complain, especially today.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
You're
Yeah.
pretty good there.
Definitely.
Yeah, so prices were going up and you're sort of like thinking, oh,
Yeah,
maybe I should try
Yeah, I
and take
just
care
thought
of
like
this a
maybe
bit.
I should try and clean it up and make it, you know, the car I want it to be, rather
Yep.
than where it was, which was just kind of like the daily at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to like paint it properly, and that's where I kind of thought like, okay, well, I need to get rid of the over fenders and do something better there. So I decided to go like full GDR rear. So they're all metal guards in the rear and then metal guards in the front.
Yep.
Full GDR front end, like all genuine. And yeah, a couple like kind of mods you don't see, like these skirts, GDR, they're called Shoreham is the brand. And you don't see them a lot in Australia. You don't see them a lot really kind of anywhere.
How'd you stumble across them?
I don't know, just searching online and looking up
popped up.
kind of what I wanted for the car, and
Yeah.
and yeah, just stumbled across them, and trying to get them was the hardest part. Like they're made to order, and it took 3 months to get them made, and then 3 months in a container to get here, and it was just
Bit of a process,
yeah,
but
it's a
worth
process. But you know, like when you've got the vision in your head, and you
Yeah.
kind of know how you want the car to turn out. Nothing's gonna change that.
So is this the vision?
Basically, I don't
Yeah.
think it. I don't have any big plans for it from here, other than some engine work and doing the engine bay and stuff. But
Yeah.
cosmetically and aesthetically, it's where I want it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because, like nothing's always, like it's never fully done. I know,
Yeah.
like when I met you, you had the bronze TEs
Yeah,
and
the bronze ones,
the
yeah.
gold stickers, like slightly different.
Yeah, just
a little
small
different
things
style,
to,
but
to change it up and keep it interesting, that kind of thing.
But other than the little tweaks, it's pretty much
yeah,
where
I
you
think
want
so,
it.
pretty much.
You got the skirts, put the GTR, basically full kit on it, and then what was there after that?
I got my friend Luke to paint it.
Yep.
And then one of my friends said detailed it, ceramic coated it, and then pretty much it's just as it sits now.
So you're on bags.
Yes,
So
correct.
did you throw that in yourself? Was that a mission you took on, or?
Yeah, that was another thing I took on myself.
Yeah. So you've done most of it yourself.
Yeah,
you'd
pretty
say.
much everything except for the paint work.
You
And
did do the paint at some
I
point.
did once, and I failed at that. So I
Yeah.
thought I'm not going to attempt that again.
Yeah, you
I'll
learned.
Get someone else to do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the tuning, I didn't tune it. So the bag kit is it's a set of BC coilovers actually, because I wanted to keep it static and have it like as low as the whole idea for the car is as low as possible and
Yeah.
as bigger wheels as I could fit under it basically. But I wanted to keep it static, and so I bought these BCs. I got them valved to like 24k springs and put them in and got it to the height I wanted. And I was like, yeah, this is perfect. Went to reverse it out of the driveway, and I couldn't get it out of the driveway. Like, fucked the side skirt up. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I can't drive it. So I just drove it back in, and it didn't move until I put it on bags.
Yeah. I have the same issue. My driveway at home, it's absolutely, it's a nightmare.
Yeah,
So,
it's not even
both
bad
my cars
driveway.
are bagged, so I
it's a-
get the pain.
It's a quality of life mod for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But worth it, you'd say?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's BC shocks, and then the Tough Luck airbags. It's a guy on Instagram that makes like airbag conversions for coilovers.
Yeah, okay.
And then it's on an Airlift 3P management, and yeah, that's it.
Does the job.
Oh, it does. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a good kit. I can't fault it. Like, it rarely ever has issues, and when it does, it's easy to fix. It's airline or something leaking.
Yeah.
And it just makes
Had
the
a
car,
little issue just recently.
Yeah, and driving down the highway trying to keep it aired up, so
Yeah.
it didn't, burn the tire out. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I think it's just a quality of life mod. It just makes the car funner to drive and less hassle, less.
You don't have to worry
less
about
anxiety around
Yeah.
driveways and trying to get it where I want it and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So
100%.
yeah.
The wheels. Run me through them.
Yeah, so
they're new edition.
Yeah,
They
they're
are.
new to the car. I mean, the bronze ones I had were the same, it's just a different finish on them now, but there are 16 by 10.5 negative 32 T37V, and they were discontinued in 2010, I'm pretty sure. And so yeah, I had the bronze set on it for a good while, and then I'd always had plans to like do like triple chrome on them or polished or something. I just thought they'd look crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought on it for ages and tried to figure out how to do it or who could do it. And yeah, Tommy from Produce Factory ended up helping me out with them in a big way because they came out crazy.
They're nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, they're definitely a one-of-a-kind wheel. And, yeah. Something you don't see a lot.
They look pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Not bad. They suit the car. So
yeah, it was a big change. Like a lot of people like the bronze, and I liked it too.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like I thought, you know, when I first met you, I was like, damn, this thing looks sick. And then just
that's what I thought. Like when I got them, I'm like, yeah, it's done. Like these look great. And then I changed them. I'm like, wow, got better.
just somehow, looks that on a new level.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you've done a bit of the work yourself. You said so. Growing up, did you have much experience, like hands-on experience with cars, or you know, where'd all that inspiration from cars and learning to work on them come from?
When I was growing up, my dad was always into cars, so he's got an old Tirana that he built when he was like my age, and he's had that ever since. Yeah. And yeah, growing up, both my mum and dad were into cars, always mucking around on
Bit
cars.
of a family thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like even now, my dad's got an R33, my sister's got an R32, her
Skyline
boyfriend's got
family.
an R32 as well. So it's, you know, it's just Nissans everywhere in the driveway. But yeah, so my family was a big influence into why I'm into cars, and I guess growing up in the 90s as well, it's, you know, Fast and Furious, it's Need for Speed, it's Gran Turismo, it's those type of things that
really influence
pretty much get everyone in the cars at that, you know, at that age.
100%.
Yeah, so that's kind of where the influence came from.
And just over the years, just sort of like
just
worked on and just sort of
kind
grown
of just
and
trying stuff yourself, and you know, I was never one to like take the car to a mechanic. I'd always like give it a go myself
Do it yourself.
first.
Yeah.
If I messed it up, then I would. But,
Send it off, but
you know, more times than not, you'd learn something and you'd fix it yourself and it'd save you money or.
yeah. And it's all part of the journey at the end of the day. And, you
yeah.
know, doing that sort of stuff on your own car helps it feel like it's yours in a way.
Definitely.
You know, you're the one that sort of like
yeah,
brought
you
it
end up with
to
like
where it
a
is.
sentimental attachment to the thing rather than you just bought it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're also saying earlier your first car, the Forester.
Yep. Yeah, it was a
So this is where it all began.
Yep, that's it.
How, you know, run me through it.
Yeah, so I think I got it just as I got on my red piece. And yeah, it was a non-turbo 99 Subaru Forester SF5.
Why'd you land on that? Just it was cheap?
I just thought they were cool.
Yeah.
They looked cool. It was cheap. I think it cost me $3,800 or something at the time.
Not much different.
Yeah, but I mean, it had like 250,000 Ks on it or something like that. So it was a ticking time bomb, that thing. And it did blow up.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's what got me into cars, and basically did the same thing, like just tinkered around and lowered it, put it on big wheels and kept changing stuff until I got pulled over and got a major defect and lost my license for 3 months. And I think a week before that, it like blew up in a big way and I couldn't really drive it. I shouldn't have been driving it anyway.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, well, I don't have my license, the engine blew up, it makes sense to just change the engine while I can't drive it.
Yeah, it's off the road.
Yeah.
You know, you can't drive it, so may as well just
So I bought a STI half cut from someone in Australia who'd imported it from Japan, and fully pulled it apart, and swapped the engine out, and turboed it, and did a whole bunch of other work and stuff at the time, like got rid of the subframe spaces so I could get it lower, and had to do some creative stuff with the rear end to get it to fit, and so built the car over those 3 months and then got an exemption for it, which I shouldn't have had either because it made a lot more power than I said it did. And drove that for a while, and then decided I wanted something different and ended up selling that. I bought a 32, not this 32 though. I had a different 32 for a week, and I wrote it off in a week of buying it.
How did you manage that?
Well, it wasn't technically my fault.
Okay.
I was turning a corner and some guy come flying over the top of the hill and hit me. He didn't see me, I didn't see him. He just selected jump. Yeah, just right in the door and just folded my car into a banana. And he was in like a HQ ute, so it was barely damaged. This thing, he just got out and I looked at my car and it had spun around. And the bonnet was through the windscreen and I was like, oh fuck, this is not ideal.
It can't be good for it.
No.
Yeah.
So I wrote that off and then bought this with the insurance money that I got from that, and I guess the rest is history.
Yeah. So you've had the car for 10 years now.
Yep.
Sure, you've done a lot of things with it. What are some of the highlights? You know, some of the lows that have sort of come along with the car.
I can't think of a lot of lows really.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
It's been pretty. I'm sure there has been, and I'm sure there's been times when I've said like, no, I hate this car. Like, it's just not doing.
We all have that.
I can't find the problem, but I don't think they stick as much as the good memories do.
Yeah.
Which are plenty of. Especially like the early days owning this, like all my friends had similar cars and we just work on the cars in the driveway till like 2 in the morning and go out driving and run amok and that sort of thing. So still making cool memories with the car now. Like most recently went down to halfway hangs, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. Finally made it down there.
How's that?
Which was a great event. Like there's so much quality down there and so many cool cars, and the whole like atmosphere of the place is just awesome.
I was watching from afar back here, and it is 100% one of the events I want to go to, want to tick off. Didn't make it this year, but hopefully next year or in the near future, like in the next few years, I'll be able to go down and witness it. Looks unreal. I've been down to the track before. Went down at the end of last year. For a smaller drift event, and I was just imagining what it was like, packed out, all the sick cars everywhere, just taken over essentially. So
I mean, the track part of it's just just one part of it. The whole event at Valley Beach is just a whole different thing entirely, which is just as cool in a different way. So that was really cool.
Are there any future like interstate events you want to take it to, or what do you see yourself doing? Because it's like you've said, it's pretty much at its final stage now. It's sort of essentially a show car,
I guess
to an extent. Is there any events that you want to take to, or are you planning to go to with it?
Definitely. This year I'm hoping to get it down for status. I got accepted into that, which I'm really keen for. So definitely going to try and make the trip down this year. It's a big trip down to Melbourne to get the car there. It's a lot of coordination and a lot of effort, but definitely keen to make it happen.
I can say it's worth it. I was there last year and very spur of the moment thing, booked flights I think the day before. But no, it's a great show. So I'd say it's definitely worth it.
Worth the trip.
But I'll hopefully be at it at the end of the year. I think it's end of the year. Or
September?
Yeah, something like that. So hopefully, as long as all goes to plan, I'll be down there for that. So
hopefully see the car there as well. We can make it happen.
So status.
I'd like to make it the black label at some point. I didn't end up going this year, but hopefully next year that's something I'd like to do as well. Possibly taking it down to GDR Festival in Sydney, which is a couple of months from now. Produce, who did the wheels, want to display the car there at their display. So
show them off.
I mean, they're worth showing off as well.
100%.
So, if I can get the car down there for that, that'd be a cool event as well.
So, you spoke about it briefly earlier. You want to touch up the engine bay.
Correct,
so what are your plans there, and what's left to do with this car? Because you've said this is the vision. It's pretty much there. But what else?
So I feel like the engine bay is probably the only thing that isn't quite up to the standard of the rest of the car. yeah, at the moment it's still an RB20 and it will stay an RB20. It makes just over 300 horsepower. But
it's still like a pretty fun amount.
Yeah,
like,
it's still a fun car to drive, but it's just an old tech. Like, it's got a Nissan ECU, which probably isn't, you know, the best for, you know, this day and age. It's got like an old gen turbo in it. Yeah, so I just want to freshen it up, make it a bit more drivable, a bit, you know, have like a safe tune on it that it's easy to tell what's going wrong if something goes wrong, and yeah, just get the engine bay and the engine itself up to the standard of the rest of the car.
Yeah. So what's involved in that? What do you want to?
So it'll be going to a Haltech 2500, drive-by-wire, a new gen turbo, so a G25-550. Bigger injectors, E85, maybe a flex tune for it, depending if the budget allows.
Yeah.
And yeah, as for the engine bay, I want to like shave all the factory holes and maybe put tubs in it, paint it, or tuck the wiring harness, and yeah, just clean it up so that, you know, the engine bay matches the quality of the rest of the car. Really,
100%, and it'll really complete the full thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Fair enough.
That's the vision.
You don't have any like particular goal, no like power figures. You're not chasing anything.
No,
just really,
I mean,
just want a fun car.
Yeah, just a fun car. A little bit more power would be nice, but just in a better rev range at the moment. Like, the 20 is pretty gutless down low, and the turbo it's got is a bit laggy, so it doesn't kind of hit boost where you want it to. So yeah, just trying to make it a bit more drivable and a bit more fun, kind of for everyday driving, rather than having a limited bash thing to make some power.
Yeah,
100%. That's it.
Sounds like a good plan. Well, thank you for coming out, taking the time to come have a chat, do the breakdown for everyone, and you know, just give us a little bit more info about this car. If you guys want to read the full story, there'll be a link down below for our website. That's where Justin has taken time to write up a little bit more about the car, so you can go give it a read there. We also did a photo shoot it's turned out pretty awesome. So if you want to go check out those, that'll be also on the same page. It'll be down the bottom, so go check that stuff out. And if you want to see more of Justin's car, go follow him on Instagram, justin.r32. That's the one. And yeah, thank you for coming out.
Appreciate it.
And I'll see you guys next month for another car of the month. Cheers.